bid you good afternoon and welcome to Cardiff and to St David's Hall. Prynhawn da, croeso I Gaerdydd a'r Neuadd Dewi Sant. My name is Neil Kinnock and I'm privileged to be the president of the university, and in that capacity I'm delighted to welcome you to this graduation ceremony, or congregation as it's more properly known, and I extend a particularly warm greeting to parents and partners and others whose love and support will have directly contributed to the success of the people whose graduation we're celebrating today. I also offer my personal warm congratulations to the people who are graduating, and I hope that they have confidence that the qualification that they've earned in Cardiff University is respected not just in the United Kingdom, but right across the world. That reputation, of course, has been built over many years, and it's recently and very strongly been endorsed by the United Kingdom Higher Education Quality Assurance Agency, whose job it is to test and assess teaching standards in universities. To maintain those attributes, the university continues to invest in learning provision. The £16 million commitment to the new purpose-built premises for the School of Optometry and Vision Sciences, the £3.5 million committed to the innovative high-speed computer network, are just a couple of the several multi-million-pound investments in that cause. Such developments also, obviously, reinforce Cardiff's growing reputation as one of the foremost research-led universities in the United Kingdom. We are currently ranked 7th out of 106 university institutions in the United Kingdom for the quality of research. And further advances are in prospect, especially because last autumn we achieved a historic merger between Cardiff University and the University of Wales College of Medicine. So further progress is in prospect. Indeed, that marriage has already proved to be very fruitful. The university now has the size and the scope of teaching and research expertise to guarantee that it truly is a world-class institution of learning. And perhaps the clearest testimony to our sustained vitality is the fact that whilst the average rise in application for university places in the United Kingdom this year was 9%, the rise in applications for places to study for degrees in Cardiff University was 16%. Applications for places in medicine increased in line with the average across the United Kingdom. In Cardiff, the rise was 30%. Maybe there are some who might think that I should enter an apology for such patent boasting, but frankly, any apology I was to offer on that score would be very half-hearted, and if the president of a university can't blow the trumpet on a day when there is patently and objectively so much to celebrate, I don't know when it's possible to pronounce pride. On this occasion, not, I do insist, a deadly sin. In any case, I plead mitigating modesty, because I haven't even mentioned the prizes, awards and distinctions earned by our academic staff. I haven't mentioned the designated centres of international excellence. And I haven't mentioned, perhaps most of all, the academic, sporting and cultural achievements of the students of this university. All these and many other achievements that are worthy of acclaim, give proof of prowess, give proof of advancing standards, of innovation, of excellence, of opportunity. And they also give proof of Cardiff's commitment to nurturing the potential of those who come here from all parts and all cultures of the world in order to learn, to use their talents, to fulfill themselves, and to be of service and benefit to wider humanity. It's that, of course, that achievement that we celebrate today, and it is the greatest source of satisfaction. So on the subject of today's congregation, I draw your attention to the fact that the procedures and words that will be used in each stage of the ceremony are set out in your programs under the relevant headings, and from that you'll see that the congregation will begin with the reading of the graduation proclamation in English and in Welsh by Miss Angharad Wyn George. After that, the University Director, Ms. Louise Casella, will read the authorization for the admission of graduates to degrees and will then proceed to admit you to your degree. Graduates will be presented by their head of school, pro-vice chancellor or professor, and will be admitted to their degrees by the provost of the College of Humanities and Sciences, Professor Hayden Ellis. When that has occurred, I will draw your attention to the fact that Ms. Casella will ask all graduates to stand, and you'll be greeted by myself and by the acting warden of the Guild of Graduates, Mr. Kenneth Richards. In the final part of the congregation, the university will be awarding fellowships to Professor Vicky Bruce for distinguished services to psychology, to Professor Stephen Lay for distinguished services to chemistry, and to Baroness Delith Morgan for distinguished services to public life and to efforts to prevent and combat cancer. The new fellows will be introduced by the orator of our university, Professor David Skilton. Now, during the proceedings, I would be obliged if you could applaud only after Professor Ellis has admitted each group of graduates to their degrees, not as each individual crosses the stage. I know that such restraint on an occasion like this can be very, very difficult, but time constraints and indeed consideration for the health of your hands makes such restraint necessary. Before I conclude, I have to intone the modern litany. Please turn off your mobile telephones if you haven't already done so. Babies crying and even the occasional parent sobbing with joy at the success of their offspring, perfectly natural and welcome indeed accomplishments to an occasion like this. But telephone tones, even the most melodic ones, are not natural and not welcome. I thank you for your attention, and I hope that you will all thoroughly enjoy the ceremony.
Gorau awen gwirionedd. Bydded hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol, y cynhelir heddiw y 30 o fis Gorffennaf 2005, yma yn Ninas Caerdydd, gynulliad awdurdodedig Prifysgol Cymru i dderbyn i'w priodol raddau, bersonau dau gair, sydd trwy yfrydiaeth yn y Brifysgol, a thrwy ddysg, medr a dyfalbarhad, wedi teilyngu'r cyfryw raddau yn unol ag ordiniannau'r Brifysgol. Gyda phob gweddi a dymuniad ar iddynt fwynhau iechyd a hir hoedl i wasanaethu eu hoes a'i cenedl dan fendith y nef. Yna, doleini a gyfyd mewn tywyllwch, ath dywyllwch a fydd fel hanner dydd, a rhai a fyddant ohono ti a adeiladant yr hen ddiffeithleoedd. Gorau awen gwirionedd, the best inspiration is truth. Be it known to members of the University and to all here present that an authorised congregation of the University of Wales is being held here in the city of Cardiff on the 13th of July 2005 to admit to their appropriate degrees worthy persons who have, through study at the university and through learning, ability and perseverance, been deemed worthy of such degrees in accordance with the ordinances of the university, in the hope that they may be given health and long life to serve their generation and their country under the blessing of heaven. Then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Byddid hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn presennol fod y Brifysgol wedi rhoddi'r awdurdod i'r athro Heidn Ellis i dderbyn i'w graddau fyfyrwyr Prifysgol Caerdydd a enilloedd raddau yn unol â rheolau'r Brifysgol. Gwelir enwau'r rhai a gellir derbyn i'w graddau yn y cynulliad hwn yn y rhestrau pryntiedig sydd wedi ei dosbarthu. Let it be known to members of the University and to all who are present that the University has granted authority to Professor Heidn Ellis to admit to their degrees students of Cardiff University who have qualified for degrees according to the regulations of the University. The names of those who may be admitted to their degrees in this congregation are to be seen in the printed lists that have been distributed.
Anffryd eddys is ganghellol, cyflwynodd i ti ddisgyblion o'n brifysgol ni o enillodd rad baglo mewn gwyddoniaeth. I, Dr. Mike Hewlett, present for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Georgia Alcock. Jake John Cannon. Jonathan David Peter Council. Aled Matthew Davis. Duncan Clive Davis. Leanne Davis. Damien Gordon Dunford. Ricardo Bruce Echeverria Valda. Gawain John Espley. Richard John Goldsworthy. Neil Peter Glanville. Lisa Hall. Kerry William Harrison. Hugh Anirin Jane. Stephen Jones. James Christopher Knight. Christopher Laycock. Rachel Louise Leck. Samantha Caroline McCarthy. And Richard Lawrence Anders Milkins.
Pnawn good afternoon. At this point in the ceremony, and at other equivalent times, I will speak in Welsh to admit groups of graduands. Each degree has a formula of admission, which, when translated, means, by the authority conferred upon me by the University, I admit you to the degree, which I will name, and to all the privileges of that degree. Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd baglo mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Emma Morgan. Laura Claire Morris. Ashley James Passmore. Katie Ann Petherbridge. Stuart Robert Pickering. Thomas John Richards. Benjamin Craig Ridley. Gloria Rivero. Scott Rooney. Daniel James Summers. Christopher William Thomas. Hugh McDade Travers. Matthew James Ward. Catherine Mary White. James William Paul Johnson. Jenna Kate Parry. Larry Rees Lloyd. Stephanie Paling Tse. And Melanie Oakes.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chi I radd baglo mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anffrideddus East Ganghellor, cyflwynaf I ti ddisgyblion o'n brifysgol ni o enillodd radd athro mewn cemeg. I, Dr. Mike Hewlins, present for the degree of Master of Chemistry, Richard John Arthur, Peter Kenneth Bate, Alexander Edward John Broomsgrove, Daniel Stephen Cooper, Tracy Hamilton, Laura Elizabeth Howard, Emma Louise Knight, Deborah Ann Knowles, Matthew James Loveday, Gemma Louise Thelma Martland, Christopher May, Ellen Ann McCormack, Catherine Mary McGilligan, Peter John Miedziak, Robert Mark Noble, Glesney Angharad Pierce, Marie Naomi Taylor, Paul Hayden Taylor, Andrew Williams, Liam Edward Wood, and Geraint Wyn Morgan.
Drwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd athro mewn cemeg ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydeddus is Ganghello, cyflwynir gan yr athro Stephen Denyer, ddisgyblion o'n prifysgol ni, a enillodd radd athro mewn fferylliaeth.
I, Professor Stephen Denyer, present for the degree of Master of Pharmacy. Zainab Alani. Asma Bano Ali. Yasir Abdul Razak Al-Sudain. Clara Louise Anderson. Louise Ballum. Christina Vera Birkby. Howell Mortimer Bray. Michael Francis Brooks. Lauren Jane Brown. Robert John Brown. Lisa Lee Yin Chan. Anisha Chauhan. Ai Ting Chong. Emma Coop. Amy Cope. Lisa Wynne Daffith. David Rhys Davies. Louise Jane Davies. Simon Nicholas Davies. Bethan Edwards. Sarah Elizabeth Farrow. Siobhan Helen G. Miriam Waithira Gichui. Emma Joanne Hall.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd athro mewn fferylliaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Charlotte Harris. Catherine Rebecca Hickman. Christina Ann Hill. Aoife Maya Hollywood. Ellen Claire Edith Hooper. Aled Ewan Howell. Beth Louise Howells, Danielle Helen Huber, Gareth Rhys Hughes, Sharon Wynne Hughes, Martin John Jane, Robert James, James Matthew Jean, Rhiann Mayer John, Bethan Sarah Jones, Carrie Elizabeth Jones, Emma Jane Jones, Nia Ann Jones, Alison Jukes, Y Man Kung,
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd athro mewn fferylliaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Matthew John Lewis, Anna Claire Long, Sophie Amanda Maddock, Richard Maiden, Rena Hemant Mandalia, Stephanie Louise Milne, Gronya Marcella Mary Maloney, Peris Wanjiku Mukui, Keng Wui Nug, Angela Opong, Shiraz Patel, Catherine Nia Price, Helen Elizabeth Pritchett, Tamsin Sarah Prosser, Simon Joseph Purcell, Laura Jane Riot, Claire Elizabeth Rance, Nathan Wynne Raymond, Jennifer Sean Richards, and David Richardson.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd athro mewn fferylliaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
James Rickard, James Stewart Ridings, Gareth Roberts, Victoria Kirsty Ross, Claire Emma Salt, Rebecca Louise Sampson, Natalie Ann Seaborn, Helen Laura Self, Deepa Mukesh Shah, Jonathan Wayne Smith, Ben Peter Taunton, Dafydd Llewellyn Thomas, Melissa Sue Trigg, Caroline Vaughan, Neil James West, Jana Lucy Wellen, Claire Bethan Whitcomb, Dewey Wynne Williams, Hywel David Williams, Jane Ann Williams,
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniad chwi I radd athro mewn fferylliaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydeddus is Ganghellon, cyflwynir gan yr athro Mike Edmonds, disgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enillodd radd baglaw mewn gwyddoniaeth.
I, Professor Mike Edmonds, present for the degree of Bachelor of Science Richard Rhys Evans, Daniel James Hartwell, Paul Alexander Hegarty, Christopher Andrew Holmes, Aaron Ketchlove, Ian Leatherdale, Kevin Patrick McCabe, Craig McPhee, Edward John Newcomb, Kenneth Roberts, Victoria Sayce, Simon Tamlin, Ben James Young, and Owen Edward Young.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol, a'r ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniad chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Dafydd Wyn Charles, Daniel James Chopping, James John Dooch, Joseph Hargreaves, Adrian Mark Howe, Andrew Robert Privet, Neil Edward Quinney, Ewan Lewis Roberts, Nicholas John Walker, Adele Lydia Edgeworth, Tanya Hunt, Rodri Lynn Smith, Klinos and Harad Evans, Daniel Griffith Glenhowell, and Hannah Marie Phillips.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniad chi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth, ac I holl ffreiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydeddus is ganghellor. Cyflwynir gan yr athro Mike Edmonds, disgyblion o'n prifysgol ni, a enillodd radd athro mewn ffisig.
I, Professor Mike Edmonds, present for the degree of Master in Physics, Christopher James Bowden, Karen Ann Bradley, Samantha Jane Cause, Rhiann Melanie Chapman, Paul Robert Hargreaves, Beverly Fiona Holman, Christopher Richard Horn, Piers Francis Horner, Helen Ann Jones, Paul Anthony Little, Stephen Otter, Matthew Streeter, Christopher Matthew White, David Robert Wilkie, Matthew James Williams, Nicholas Paulo Bartlett, Craig Escott, Ian Arthur Green, Sean Wynne Jones, Nicky Paul Patterson, Mark Andrew Stamp, Lee Tasker, Pavel Sergeyevich Frantsuzov, and James Stephen Morgan.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniad chi I radd athro mewn ffiseg ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydeddus is-gynghellol, cyflwynaf I ti ddisgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enillodd radd baglor yn y celfyddydau. I, Professor Dylan Jones, present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts Julie Pickett, Orian Catherine Jones, Caroline Joanna Knights, Elin Harv Nash, Rosemary Ann Newman, Sean Elizabeth Palfrey, Jake Edward James Ramesses II Roseman, Hannah Rebecca Smith, Caroline Elizabeth Tress, Rowena Jane Wallace, Catherine Wardell, Helen Margaret Wilson.
Drwy awdurdod y brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniad chwi I radd baglor yna celfyddydau, ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydeddus is-gynghellor, cyflwynaf I ti ddisgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enillodd radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth. I, Professor Dylan Jones, present for the degree of Bachelor of Science Holly Jane Andrews, Jessica Baker, Lindsay Ann Bamford, Felicity Alice Bell, Jessica Beth Bezans, Anna Victoria Biles, Alexandra Claire Brownsden, Amy Elizabeth Bryant, Alexa Victoria Burgess, Sarah Laura Butler, Katie Laura Chappell, James Owen Edward Close, Hazel Mary Cryer, Kirsten Rose Diaz, Kirsty Dick, Pim Gregory, Rebecca Jane Hambleton, Stephanie Kelly, Josephine Ruth Lay, Kirsty Marie Lynch, Helen Mitchell, Karen Tracy Olverman, Charlotte Osborne, Tina Oza, Samantha Jane Power.
Trwy awdurdod y brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth, ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Frances Emily Paxley, Sneha Shah, Farhat Shiraz, Catherine Jane Skerry, Jennifer Claire Sloper, Karis Solomon, Jana Spirovska, Helen Louise Weir, Rebecca Ruth White, Claire Angela Wilson, Carrie Ann Ager, Katie Louise Austin, Heather Anna Orin Bailey, Karen Nicole Baker, Victoria Ellen Bannon, Hazel Barker, Lisa Marie Barrett, Sarah Louise Bull, Michelle Louise Cahill, Laura Jane Carter, Hannah Victoria Chappell, Laura Eve Charles, Chinos Angharad Charles Williams, Samuel Thomas Chegwin, Heather Jane Hoop.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth, ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Roxanne Holly Corbold, Benjamin Timothy Cox, Charlotte Elizabeth Croysdale, Lauren Victoria Curry, Rebecca Louise Davey, Amy Elizabeth Davis, Angharad Ellen Davis, Laura Jane Davis, Lucy Davis, Tanya Denmark, Jing Jing Ding, Laura J. Dunn, Laura Colette Dunning, Gemma Caris Durham, Thomas Benjamin Emmett, Matthew Evans, Deborah Mary Farrow, Jane Louise Finnessy, Claire Marie Fuller, Catherine Sarah Geese, Antonia Jane Gilbert, Erin Charlotte Gilham, Emma Jane Graham, Chloe Jane Greer, Jenna Griffiths.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Lisa Ann Gwinnett, Eleanor Hall, Adam John Linton Harris, Gemma Laurie Hawkins, Rachel Elizabeth Hayward, Katie Charlotte Heaney, Jennifer Louise Hemmings, Rachel Caris Herrick, Alexander John Holborough, Jodie Holland, Abigail Yates Hooper, Catherine Hornblower, Lucy Margaret Hornsby, Natalie Howells, Lucy Elizabeth Howell, Griffith Rhys Humphreys, Adil Jahangir Hussain, Benjamin Mark Jack, Frances Charlotte Jarrett, Daniel Amber Sean Johnson, Sean Johnson, Emma Rebecca Jones, Kelly Marie Jones, Marissa Jovan, Sarah Elizabeth Judson.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Bethany Keep, Victoria Samantha Kennedy, Sarah Louise Keeley, Emma Victoria Langdon, Jennifer Langer, Sian Heilwyn Lawrence, Mariah Gillian Lelos, Rachel Ann Long, Rebecca Lukins, Claire Elizabeth Mann, Sean Elizabeth Marshall, Thomas Rees Marshall, Hannah Claire Maundrell, Rachel Louise May, Shelley Ann McCann, Caroline Louise McKenna, Stacey Lynn Mitchell, Elizabeth Jane Moss, Joanna Moyle, Hannah Rachel Newell, Danielle Parsons, Nicholas Cole Pellegrotti, Eleanor Dawn Percy, Helen Rose Plunkett, Hannah Elizabeth Prince.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Joanne Elizabeth Pullin, Tika Ann Rachel, Christopher Michael Rapley, Helen Amanda Reeve, Sharon Elizabeth Riley, Anna Marie Ripley, Sean Louise Robbins, Tracy Ann Rowlinson, Ethan Jack Sanger, Nani Nadia Sani, Ella Louise Scotchmer, Jonathan Peter Shine, Amy Elizabeth Shoebotham, Hazel Simpson, Nicola Josephine Smith, Annika Spanswick, Kate Rosemary Speakman, Melanie Spragg, Kate Starr, Helen Katie Sykes, Benjamin Paul Thatcher, Ainev Wynne Thomas, Sarah Kate Georgina Tonkin Crine, Katie Helen Frances Tweedale, Ryan Ewell.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbynaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth, ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Sarah Louise Vaughan, Rachel Walker, Susanna Jane Walker, Ben Washington, Hilary Claire Watson, Jessica Ann Williams, David John Wilson, Lindsay Worthington, Hoi Yuen Yip.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth, ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrydeddus isganhethlo, cyflwynaf I ti disgyblion on brifysgol ni a ennothrath athrymion gwythoniaeth. I, Professor Nigel Palastanger, present for the degree of Master of Science, Shui Wing Lucia Chan. Charlotte Hudson. Sarah Jenkins. Abdullah Al Thayab. Anita Mary Curran, Stefan Hugh Davis, Lorraine Jean Silver, Rhiannon Stevens Davis, Valeria Baratini, Nathan Robert Dedman, Paula Estefania Janerio Barral, James Hugh Pearson Landon, Sina Dilip Shah, Cornelia Gertina Katharina Elizabeth van Sittert, Rebecca Zammit,
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddeiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd athro mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydeddus ysganhethlo, cyflwyna fi ti disgyblion on brifysgol ni a unlothrath athrym iawn athroniaeth. I, Professor Nigel Palastanger, present for the degree of Master of Philosophy, David Pope. Carl John Snellgrove.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddeiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd athro mewn athroniaeth ac I holl freiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydeddus ysganhethlo, cyflwyna fi ti disgyblion on brifysgol ni a enlothrath doethiam iawn psycholeg glinigol. I, Professor Nigel Palastanger, present for the degree of Doctor of Clinical Psychology, Andrea Lynn Davis. Linda Jane Le Vavassa dit Jurel. Shamira Ann Fernando. Kerry-Ann Holder. Madeleine Sarah McCulloch. Julian Pitt. Nicola Jane Stimpson.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol ar ymddeiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd doethir mewn seicoleg clinical ac I holl freiniau radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydeddus ysganhethlo, cyflwyna fi ti disgyblion on brifysgol ni a enlothrath daethiam iawn athroniaeth. I, Professor Nigel Palastanger, present for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Amal Al-Fawaz. Mir Tahid Ali, Melissa Jane Ullman, Carly Ann Anderson, Anna Lisa Atwood, Claire Louise Barry, Ian Henry Brown, Marcus Brim, Dennis Lee Coleman, Nicola Jane Colston, Aaron James Davis, Christopher Allen Davis, Owen Rees Davis, Paraskevi Diamanti, Nicholas Francis Dummer,
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd doethir mewn athroniaeth ac I holl freiniau radd hon. Congratulations to all of you.
Christopher Bresner, Lisa Helen Evans, Orazio Giafrida, Susan Marcia Goodwin, Matthew Scott Hall, Charles Roddery Hammond, Amar Mansour Hamrouni, Fiona Edith Pfeiffer Harrison, Helen Mary Hodgetts, Hongmei Huang, Christopher William Jeans, Shasta Sharose Kokar, Mark Cloth, Jeremy Roger Patrick Lottin, Sean Owen Podraig Makatia, Rajinder Kaur Mann,
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd doethir mewn athroniaeth ac I holl freiniau radd hon. Congratulations to all of you.
Ian Allen Merrick, Claire Joanne Miles. Sarah Miles. Philip Musson. Emma Jane Pierce. Justin Adrian Pope. Rebecca Price. Emma Louise Rees. Anna Louise Sagerson. Robert Allen Saunders. Frederick Philip Sieb. Nicola Smith. Leng Leng Tan. Marique Anita van der Hack. Alice van Ava. Karwi Wan. Timothy James Waskett. Lisa Yates.
Drwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbyniaf chwi I rad doethir mewn athroniaeth ac I holl freiniau radd hon. Congratulations to all of you.
Anrydeddus ysganhethlo cyflwyna fi ti disgyblion o'n brifysgol ni a ennodd rath daethiam iawn gwythoniaeth. I, Professor Nigel Palestanga, present for the degree of Doctor of Science, Dr. Roland Jones.
Drwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I rad doethir mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl freiniau radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrydeddus ysganhethlo cymrydoi af I ti I ra anoddwydd yn aidd raglen I dderbyn yn ai habsynoldeb I graddau perthanysol. I, Professor Nigel Palestanga, present all those who are to receive their degrees in absentia.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf I rai a nodwyd yn ai habsenoldeb yw graddau perthnasol ac I holl freiniau graddau hynny.
A wenewch chi myfyrwyr sydd wedi derbyn eich graddau y prynawn yma, gyd sefyll I dderbyn cyrfachion Llywod y Brifysgol a Ward yn Urdd y Graddedigion. Can I invite all of you who have been admitted to your degrees this afternoon to stand so that you can receive the greetings of the President of the University and the Warden of the Guild of Graduates. Thank you.
boedach gofal yn wastad, dros lwydd ac yn hrydydd, ein prifysgol a'n glad. May your care ever be for the success and good name of our university and our country.
Croeso I Urdd y Graddedigion Prifysgol Cymru. Welcome to the Guild of Graduates of the University of Wales.
Before you sit down, I'm sure that all you very proud graduates would like to join in a tradition at Cardiff at these ceremonies, and that is to pay a special tribute to your families, your friends, your partners, and indeed to the academic staff who've supported you emotionally, academically, and no doubt financially over many long years to reach this point in your career today. Now's your opportunity to turn round, to find them in the crowd, give them a big wave, and show your appreciation by giving them all a big round of applause to say a very public thank you. You may be seated.
Vice-Chancellor, Professor Stephen Lay is the BP Professor of Organic Chemistry at the University of Cambridge and a Fellow of Trinity College, having previously risen through the ranks at Imperial College, where he was head of department in 1989 before moving to Cambridge in 1992. He is one of the United Kingdom's leading scientists and regarded as our most important organic chemist today. He has made advances in many areas of organic chemistry, and his work in ion chemistry, microbial oxidization, and microwave chemistry has been groundbreaking. His research group has published extensively on the synthesis of natural products, having succeeded in synthesizing more than 110 target compounds. He has pioneered the use of solid agents in multi-step organic synthesis, an enabling technology which allows cleaner and more effective high-speed synthesis of thousands of new compounds which, if a non-chemist can understand these matters, it seems are then screened for therapeutic or other potentials. His output of 550 research papers has led to a list of successes too numerous to recite, and which include 30 major prizes, recent examples being the American Chemical Society's 2003 Ernest Gutner Award in the Chemistry of Natural Products, and the Royal Society of Chemistry's Robert Robinson Award and Medal for 2006. He was a rather young Fellow of the Royal Society when elected in 1990 and hasn't slowed down since. He was President of the Royal Society of Chemistry during a period of great change in 2002 to 3, steering it through the much-needed International Review of Chemistry, and he received a CBE for his outstanding services to the subject. He has been unstinting in the guidance he's offered chemistry in Cardiff, which is notably buoyant in comparison with most cognate departments elsewhere. He is an excellent communicator, noted for his warm and enthusiastic approach, and famous for going out of his way to encourage young entrants to the profession. He is a mighty builder of molecules and has built for himself a correspondingly huge reputation. Andrew Davies Isganghellor, cyflwyno fi ti yr athro Stephen Lay fel cymrawd Erenryddedd Prifysgol Caerdydd.
Drwy awdurdod a roddwyd I mi, gan y cyngor dylbyniaf di fel cymrawd yn Chrydyff Prifysgol Caerdydd.
Vice-Chancellor. Until recently Chief Executive of Breakthrough Breast Cancer, Delith Morgan is credited with building her charity into a financially sound, dynamic and ambitious organisation with a huge impact on the public consciousness. Under her leadership, Breakthrough established and still supports the United Kingdom's first dedicated breast cancer research centre and campaigns for forward-thinking policies on cancer services. This charitable cause gave full rein to her talent for managing and motivating people and her skill at operating politically. In an effort to take her campaign to the national centres of power, she accepted places on many task forces and committees, believing that health charities needed to get a lot closer to government if they were truly to put their message across as to what people wanted from the National Health Service. Thus it was that she became a member of the National Cancer Task Force, of Cross-Task Force Prevention Group, and of the Executive Council of the Association of Medical Research Charities. She is described as a very bold and imaginative marketeer, not even shying away from cuddly pink elephants where they are needed. Her charity campaigns have boasted supporters such as Stella McCartney, Kate Moss, Vivienne Westwood, and Atomic Kitten. She is passionately involved in the causes she believes in. In her younger days, as a Students' Union president, she adopted a coal mine. She remembers being so excited by Nelson Mandela's release from prison that she couldn't get the cork out of the celebratory champagne. In 2004, she was appointed as a working Labour peer in the House of Lords and stood down as Chief Executive of Breakthrough, although she retains a very active role there. Although in person, modest and unassuming, she's fearless and actually dares to object to the running of the House of Lords as a sort of gentleman's club, as she sees it. Although she can make sure that health issues are aired in the chamber, we wait with interest to see how long it is before there are non-smoking areas throughout the Palace of Westminster. Anrhyderes is ganghellor, cyflwyna fi ti yr arglwydd Morgan o Drethelyn fel camrawd Erenradydd Prifysgol Caerdydd.
Trwy awdurdod a roddwyd I mi gan y cyngor, derbyniaf di fel cwmrawd Anrhydedd Prifysgol Caerdydd.
Vice-Chancellor, President, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, graduates. I couldn't miss the opportunity today to say thank you for honouring me in this way. I do feel truly humble standing here in front of all of you who have worked so tremendously hard to receive the recognition that you deserve so much today. I know for many of you it's taken years of hard slog to achieve what you have done today. And I'm sure for all the parents who are present here today, it is a moment of great pride. And I too, standing here, feel so honoured to be now part of Cardiff University. It is an extremely exciting time to be admitted into the fellowship of the university. As we have already heard from the President, it is an enormously important development that the university has merged with the medical school because I believe very strongly that patients ultimately benefit hugely from being treated in an environment where medical research thrives. I believe that this too will be very important for the future of cancer patients in Wales. And it's only because, I would like to say, of the enormous effort of many thousands of breast cancer patients, advocates around the country, that I have been able to be here today because it's through their work that the funds were raised to do the research. It's through their effort that the profile for improvements in breast cancer has been made. And it's a great coincidence, but a very happy one for me, that today, only today, in Cardiff, there are many breast cancer advocates who are lobbying the Welsh Assembly for improvements in breast cancer treatment as we speak. So it is a great honour for me, and I would love to pay tribute to all those brave women and their family and friends who have helped to create such a momentum for improvements in services for all cancer patients. But finally, I would like to say, today really is a day for parents. I hope in years to come that I may be able to sit and watch my daughter to collect a degree, because surely it must be the proudest moment. And I hope that you can all savour this moment, enjoy today. It is a great occasion, and congratulations. Diolch yn fawr.
Vice-Chancellor, Professor Vicky Bruce, Vice Principal and Head of the College of Humanities and Social Science at the University of Edinburgh, is one of the leading experimental psychologists in the United Kingdom. Indeed, she has done much to establish the country's international reputation in the field with her seminal work in face recognition. After studies and research at Cambridge, she went to Nottingham University and then to Stirling, where she was Deputy Principal from 1995 to 2002. She was elected a Fellow of the Royal Society of Edinburgh in 1996, Honorary Fellow of the British Psychological Society in 1997, and Fellow of the British Academy in 1999. She was awarded the OBE for services to psychology in 1997, and in that year was awarded the British Psychological Society President's Award for distinguished contributions to psychology. In 2000, she was the co-winner of the BPS Cognitive Psychology Award, and in 2001, she was awarded the British Psychological Society Book Award for a co-authored book on face perception, written to accompany a most successful exhibition at the Scottish National Portrait Gallery, thereby demonstrating the value of work across disciplinary frontiers. Her research has been supported by grants totaling over £1.6 million and has resulted in 5 authored or co-authored books, 6 edited or co-edited books, and over 100 refereed journal articles. She chaired the psychology panel for the research assessment exercise in 1996 and 2001, and is currently a member of the Council for Science and Technology, the Council of the British Academy, and the Northern Ireland Higher Education Council. She was president of the British Psychological Society, importantly during its centenary year in 2001. She combines this distinguished research career with a passion for hill walking. An obscure connection, you might think, until one remembers the Edinburgh folk belief that under certain light conditions the walker on Arthur's Seat may see a face looming phantasmagorically at her from the mist. This apparition may be the walker's own face, a frightful doppelganger, or the image of the devil himself. Reliability and facial recognition here being of untold importance. In Professor Bruce, it may well be this, which made the connection, if not with sin or salvation, at least with putative guilt or innocence, for she is soon to be found addressing a police conference on the reliability of facial recognition from the sometimes sketchy data of CCTV recordings, thus helping to make the world a safer place, not for university psychology alone, but for the general public. Anrhydeddus is ganghellor, cyflwyna fi ti yr athro Victoria Bruce fel cymrawd enwradydd Brifysgol Caerdydd.
trwy'r awdurdod a roddwyd I mi, gan y cyngor derbyniad di fel Cymraeg anrhydaeth Prifysgol Cardiff.
Vice-Chancellor, President, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for this honour and for the pleasure of attending this event at this great university. I love graduations. They are, of course, great occasions of celebration, sometimes with relief or even disbelief for graduates, families and friends. But they're great occasions for university staff too. The university staff can applaud your academic successes and, most importantly, join you in thanking your friends and families for their crucial roles in supporting you over the past years. Graduations are also great team events. Academic staff, administrative and other support staff work together to get the graduation show on the road, and it's all great fun. And of course, we academics have a chance to dress up in fine frocks and gowns. This is rare in academic life. Indeed, in Edinburgh last week, when we were dealing with security issues surrounding the G8, academic staff were somewhat bemused to be advised to dress down to work, some suggesting they'd have to turn up in their pyjamas. Cardiff is a great university, and psychology in Cardiff is particularly strong, so it's a very great honour indeed to receive an honorary fellowship here, and particularly nice to witness so many psychologists amongst those receiving their degrees today. You've been taught by some of the leaders in their fields here in Cardiff, in such fields as learning and memory, perception and reasoning, and social psychology too. Being taught by leading researchers in a research-intensive university means that you join in their discoveries at every stage in your career. Some of you will have done group projects in second year or dissertations in your third year, which will lead directly to publications. Some of you graduating with first degrees today will continue to pursue research in higher degree work, inspired by the enthusiasm and excitement of those teaching you here. All of you, whatever you've graduated in today, and whatever your chosen career, will have learned how to frame questions appropriately, to seek answers intelligently and systematically, and respond to other people's conclusions critically, making the very best use of evidence. I used to come frequently to Cardiff to advise the Royal Mint on the design of coins, and here I learned also that each discipline teaches particular perspectives on problems, and there's a real challenge in combining these perspectives in tackling real-world problems. And the real challenge of interdisciplinary work and working with your perspectives on applied problems is something that some of you will have encountered already, and all of you will go on to in whatever your chosen careers are. Not just leaders in their field, in some cases, the psychologists here have been taught by founders of their field. Here on the platform, for example, masquerading as Vice-Chancellor for the day, is one Hayden Ellis, who's written not only some of the best papers in the field of face perception and recognition, but the very first review of the field in the mid-1970s. At that time, I was just starting my own PhD when a lecturer in Cambridge said, well, I thought he said, you must write to Adam Ellis. Most probably, he said, Haddon Ellis. And ignoring the appropriate formalities of correspondence, because I hadn't had that bit of my training then, I wrote a letter addressing the then Dr. Ellis as Dear Adam. Back came the requested preprint of the review of face recognition and a kind letter, which I didn't fully understand, beginning Dear Eve. So here you have a true founding father of the field of face perception, and you can see why it is such a particular pleasure, as well as an honour, to receive this honorary fellowship today. Thank you very much indeed.
as President, it's now my duty to draw these proceedings to a close. It's obvious, as I think everybody here will recognise, that graduation ceremonies are amongst, indeed they are, the most pleasurable experiences of the university calendar, indeed, as we've just heard, of life itself. Today has been spectacular. It isn't every graduation ceremony that we get the chance to award a degree to Ramesses II. Maybe next year we'll get Amenhotep and even Nefertiti, especially doing a psychology degree. I'm absolutely certain there'll be a place. But this is a day of huge celebration, and it's a joy for me and indeed for the academic staff to be able to see graduates cross the stage into their new status, which they've earned with a mixture of pride and relief, and indeed maybe some disbelief, not only at their academic accomplishment and the closure of a hugely important chapter in their life and the opening of a great tomorrow, but at managing to navigate their way across this platform. That in itself can be quite a gymnastic feat, especially for women graduates with a particularly exotic style in footwear. It draws my admiration continually, not only because of the style, but because of the accomplishment of actually managing to walk. I think that's absolutely magnificent, and I share their relief when they get to the end of it. We've managed to exceed ourselves this year, actually, by having someone who, for reasons of pure exhibitionism, I'm certain, turned up with only one functioning foot this afternoon and heroically managed to navigate it. To everyone here who's graduated today, I'd like to say that I hope you feel that the qualification that you've earned will make a real contribution to the quality of the remainder of your life. I hope that you've enjoyed your years in Cardiff and in this university. And I hope most of all that you have, each one of you, strong determination to use your talents to the maximum potential, both for your own fulfillment, which is obviously important, but also to subscribe to the well-being of our world. So I wish you each good fortune, good health, and great success throughout your future. Llong y farchiadau. Diolch yn fawr iawn.